Questions. Where are they? This story is based the parable of the 3 talents. Matthew chapter 25 through 30. Once upon a time, there was a loving father who had 3 sons. As he prepared for a long journey, he wanted to ensure that each of his sons had the opportunity to grow and thrive. With great care, he entrusted them with his talents. To the eldest son, he gave 5 talents, to the middle son, 3 talents, and to the youngest son, 1 talent. "Use these wisely," he said with a warm smile. "Multiply what I have given you while I am away." The eldest son, filled with ambition and confidence, set out to invest his talents. He worked diligently, and soon he had doubled his 5 talents. The middle son, inspired by his brother's success, also put his talents to work and managed to multiply his 3 talents. However, the youngest son felt a heavy weight on his heart. He was anxious and unsure of how to multiply his single talent. Fearing failure and disappointing his father, he chose to bury it in the ground, thinking it would be safer there. When the father returned home, he was eager to hear about his son's progress. He first approached the eldest son, who proudly shared how he had multiplied his talents. The father beamed with joy and praised him for his hard work. Next, he turned to the middle son, who also reported his success. The father celebrated his achievements as well. Finally, the father asked the youngest son, "My dear child, how did you do with your talent?" The boy looked down, his voice trembling as he replied, "I was afraid and buried it." In that moment, the youngest son could have or should have asked for help, or asked his father if he could break down his instructions in layman terms. But instead, he bottled up his feelings of anxiousness, fear being doubtful, feeling timid, embarrassed, worried, troubled, had low self-esteem, the fear of rejection and the lack of confidence. And he leaned to his own understanding, the reflective narrative of this story. This beautiful parable teaches us so much about the importance of communication, understanding, and compassion. For years, many have interpreted this story as a warning against failing to use our gifts, often leading to feelings of fear and shame. However, let's take a moment to reflect on the deeper message within this narrative. The father's love for his sons was evident in his desire for them to succeed. Yet, he may not have realized that his youngest son needed reassurance and guidance. How often do we, as parents, teachers, or leaders, provide instructions without leaving room for questions? While many may grasp what is being said, there are always those who sit quietly, feeling lost and afraid to speak up. Consider the individuals we encounter in our daily lives, those who may seem to have it all together but are silently struggling. They may be yearning for someone to reach out and say, "I'm here for you. How can I help?" Just as the youngest son felt isolated in his fear, many people around us may feel the same way. Imagine if the father had asked, "Do you understand what I'm asking you to do? Does anyone have questions?" Perhaps this simple act of inquiry could have changed the outcome for the youngest son, allowing him to feel supported and empowered. Moreover, the 2 older brothers could have taken a moment to check in with their younger sibling. A kind word or an offer of assistance could have made all the difference. Instead of focusing solely on their own successes, they could have fostered a spirit of collaboration and encouragement. As we reflect on this parable, let us remember the importance of asking questions and offering support. We should strive to create environments where everyone feels safe to express their uncertainties and seek help. By doing so, we can help one another grow and flourish, just as the Father hoped for his sons. In the end, it's not just about following instructions. It's about nurturing relationships, fostering understanding, and being there for one another. Let's take a moment to ask ourselves, how can we better support those around us in their journeys? Together, we can make a meaningful difference in each other's lives. Let us know your thoughts on this story. Make sure you like and share.